Thank you, Madam Speaker. On March 2nd and many times since then, Manitoba Liberals have warned this government they needed to get ready for a pandemic, especially protecting personal care homes. Now, active cases per capita in Manitoba are the second worst in the country. There are 24 positive cases and 4 people are dead in Parkview. A constituent called me to tell me he's trying to pull his father out of there so he won't die of COVID and they won't return his calls. The Free Press is reporting, and I tabled the article, that staff shortages are being filled by casual staff from agencies. Nurses, the Long-Term Care Association, and others have all been pleading with this government to help them pay for COVID measures. Why didn't the government provide it?
The Honourable First Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This gives me the opportunity to say a special and sincere thank you to our Health Minister, his team, our frontline workers, the people who work throughout our system have done an incredible job of creating a safe environment, of maintaining that safe environment. We've taken initiative early on to make sure that we were protecting as much as possible our seniors. We've taken criticism from some for doing that, Madam Speaker. We're prepared to take that criticism because we value our seniors as much as any of our citizens.
The Honourable Member for St. Boniface on a supplementary question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is what the Premier had to say yesterday. Quote, "I want to assure Manitobans that our government's not happy with the lack of action on our own part. Perhaps the Premier will give whoever's in charge a good talking to. But in the meantime, will he actually commit to opening more test sites and making sure that Manitobans don't lose income waiting for results?"
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Active Living.
Well, Madam Speaker, that member knows that throughout Canada right now this is creating a problem as more people seek testing, but that member also knows that this government has been acting. We brought in a third party to look at our whole system from the top to the bottom to suggest improvements. We've arranged a task force with an immediate mandate to find and increase testing capacity. I would be only too happy to answer the member's next question to talk about where and how soon that is all going to occur. And I would just have him reflect on the fact that even just 5 days ago, a new testing site in Winnipeg came online that is now doing 10% of all of Winnipeg's tests.
The Honourable Member for St. Boniface on a final supplementary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For years, the Premier has been blaming the federal government for changes to healthcare transfers that Conservative governments brought in. It was the Harper Conservative government that in 2011 unilaterally changed healthcare funding increases from 6% to 3% and froze Manitoba's total transfers for 6 years straight. As a Conservative member of Parliament, the Premier himself voted for a major change to healthcare transfers that in 2014 saw Manitoba lose, and along with every other province but Alberta, and now he's asking for more federal funding. When asked on CBC's The House whether he could guarantee that funds marked for healthcare would be spent on more healthcare, the Premier said that's not a hard guarantee for me to give. If the federal government offers more secure and earmarked funding, will the Premier guarantee that he will spend it and not cut?
The Honourable First Minister.
Madam Speaker, I might even be forced to put on a Justin Trudeau hockey jersey. If the federal government stepped up, it would be wonderful. Every provincial government, every provincial premier across all the political spectrum, Liberal, NDP, Conservative, agrees that this is a #1 priority. We've asked the federal government to step up. They've let their contribution percentage slide at a time when healthcare demands are growing. And every opposition leader in the country, with one exception, the NDP leader, has spoken in favour of that priority. Only the NDP stand up and say make wait times longer. Tommy Douglas would be ashamed, Madam Speaker.